Today, we're diving deep into the realm of homophones, exploring how these sneaky words can both challenge and enrich our understanding of the English language. 1. Bridle. Relating to a bride or a wedding. Bridle, the straps and bit placed on a horse's head. Example, she wore a beautiful bridal gown. He held the horse's bridle. 2. Creak. A harsh, high-pitched sound made by something moving slowly. Creek, a small stream or brook. Example, the old floorboards creaked. Let's go fishing by the creek. 3. Deer. A type of animal. Deer, loved or cherished. Example, I saw a deer in the woods. My dear friend, I missed you. 4. Dough. A female deer. Dough, a mixture of flour, water and other ingredients used in baking. Example, the dough had 2 fawns. She's kneading the dough for bread. 5. Flare. A natural talent or aptitude. Flare, a sudden burst of bright light or flame. Example, she has a flair for painting. The flare lit up the night sky. 6. Flee. To run away quickly to escape danger. Flea, a tiny, jumping insect. Example, they had to flee from the forest fire. My dog has a flea infestation. 7. Groan. A low, moaning sound made in pain or discomfort. Groan, past participle of grow. Example, he let out a groan of frustration. The tree has grown taller. 8. Hair. The fine threads that grow from the skin of humans and animals. 9. Hare, a fast-running mammal. Example, she has long, blonde hair. The hare darted into the woods. 9. Hearse. A vehicle used for carrying a coffin at a funeral. Hear, to perceive sound with the ears. Example, the hearse led the funeral procession. Can you hear the music? 10. Hue. To cut or chop with an axe or other tool. Hue, a color or shade. Example, they hewed logs to build the cabin. The sky had a beautiful hue. 11. Kernel. The softer, usually edible part of a seed, nut, or fruit stone. Colonel, a military rank. Example, he ate the popcorn kernel. Colonel Smith served in the army. 12. Manor. A way of doing something. Manor, a large country house with lands. Example, she had a polite manner. The manor was surrounded by gardens. 13. Metal. A flat, typically round piece of metal with an inscription. Meddle, to interfere in someone else's business. Example, he won a gold medal in the race. Don't meddle in their affairs. 14. Metal. A solid material that is typically hard, shiny, and has good conductivity. Metal, a person's ability to cope well with difficulties or to face a demanding situation. Example, the sword is made of metal. She showed her mettle in the face of adversity. 15. Mourning. The early part of the day. Mourning, expressing grief or sadness, typically after a loss. Example, I love the calm of the morning. They dressed in black for the morning. 16. Pail. A container with a handle, often used for carrying liquids. Pale, light in color. Example, fill the pail with water. Her face turned pale when she heard the news. 17. Pain. Physical or emotional discomfort. Pain. A single sheet of glass in a window. Example, she felt a sharp pain in her back. The window pane is cracked. 18. Pare, to trim or cut off the outer layer. Pare. Two of something. Example, she used a knife to pare the apple. We bought a pair of shoes. 19. Patience. The ability to endure waiting or difficulties. Patience. People under medical care. Example, her patience paid off. The hospital had many patients. 20. Peak. The pointed top of a mountain. Peak. To glance quickly or secretly. Example, they reached the peak of the mountain. He took a peek at the surprise. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and until next time, stay curious and keep perfecting your language skills.